Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745, and I know you know that, but gotta say it. To my continuing look at Hearts of Iron 3's Black Ice 10.41. And before we get into all that, I also gotta say, if you haven't already, please subscribe and like the videos. That helps a lot too. And I want to thank Sir Toyjet and Chief for support over on Patreon. It really does help, and it's super appreciated. Super appreciated. I did have a crash, but last time I had been alt-tabbing in and out a lot prior to starting recording the episode, and other things that I know sort of stress it out. But as one poster, and I forgot who, said, because that's why they call it Black Ice, because of the black screen, right? Yes. Okay, we're recording. Okay, well, that reminds me, I moved some fighter units west, and we're gonna come there, and we're gonna go down here and look for no order units, and we're going to right, that's pretty good. So we're going to go area, fairly aggressive over here to deal with bombers. These guys, we're going to try to keep them over German territory where we have radar, and hopefully we'll have numerical superiority. There we go, because I've been bombing up in here. Some. Okay, these guys. Okay, well, that's not bad either, not quite. I have to say, I like this better than OA4 in that I get to specify what areas I want them over. How big of an area. And it could be over, you know, one of the air zones, if you will. Or it could be over a much larger area. I think these guys, is it night now? Yeah, just barely. Those are set up to fight at night. Okay. Uh-oh, we lost up there. Okay. Convoy rating, you come home. Yeah, oh, okay. Got a couple of battleships, some heavy cruisers. Prince of Wales. I think that's a battle cruiser or battleship, I don't know. They're attacking them. These guys can also come home. Romania wants to be our friend. Okay, next, thinking maybe we should switch areas. Look at here, yeah, they've been bombing over here, going after the industry. In a way, I don't really mind the bombing so long as my fighters come in and really shoot them down, because I think we can do more damage to them killing their air units than they will bombing us. I think. If we do it right, that is. Try to concentrate our air and such. Okay, we're going to reduce this down a bit. We're going to still keep, because we are not low, but we want more supplies. Okay, well. Got a lot of steel being worked on, some rares extraction, which will help. I know if we don't build more infantry divisions, we will reduce the practicals there, but I think just because as we're sort of talking about it, let's win some air wars. By making a lot of fighters. Oh, Belgium. Okay, the 10th standard. The 8th. Air Force asks for more money. The fate of France. Yes, we're going to do the historical one. 16th Army Commando, 2nd Army Commando. Expand our automotive factories. Very nice. Okay. Are we still under the 4-year plan? German Soviet agreement, normal black eyes. I don't. Oh no, we are. Okay, 4-year plan is still there. Let's look at our leaders here. We were to go to the historical von Ribbentrop, national manpower, threat impact, ruling party support. But we're still not doing well with ruling party. I gotta get Thierry. Gotta get Thierry updated. And the big thing is what's holding things up is just, I know I made a mention of it before, but need to get it back to having 8 brigades in a division. And if we don't, then we don't have Thierry. So yeah, any help would be appreciated. If somebody knows how to do some of that stuff. I got some stuff going on right now that's pulling me away from doing it. Okay, Minister of Security. Oh, we can do Himmler now. National revolt risk down. National manpower down because of the SS. IAC's down 2%. Consumer goods during peacetime, but we don't care about peacetime ruling party support. Why is that? They really are making bad choices here. Well, okay, well, like I said, we wanted to get a lot of fighters up there, and looks like we've sort of done that. We'll be getting more, but we do also want to keep building infantry divisions. Things that won't take up fuel or much fuel. I guess mixed support. Doesn't matter if we build as reserve, we won't be at peace until the game is over. Oh, no. Cancel. Council. Get rid of divisional headquarters because we have all those divisional headquarters. There we go. Yeah. Monsoon is over. Snowfall's increased. Time to dig in. Okay, more automotive factories. Retrocession of Polish territories. Get back to Greater German Reich. Don't ask for more than was planned. We want the Greater German Reich. Tirpitz is launched. Very nice. Time to dig in. Well. Make sure it's here. If that got bombed, even touched a little bit, it would sink. Which is not right. Okay. Now, let's find a big, here's a big air base. Who is there currently? Greifswald? Don't know. Don't recognize that. Let's put the first and this Richthofen. Do we have a 132 Richthofen? He has a lot of units. Okay, 132. I guess we can go to there. Do we have the space in the airbase? Yes. Okay. No, not a fleet destroyer. We'll do a maneuver specialist here. Good for army or air units. I'm just seeing armies in front of me. There we go. What are we doing in revolt risk out here? Much, much better, but not. Oh, let's. Okay, we shouldn't be having much revolt risk up here now anymore. Right, okay, good. So, let's move that down to here. We can move Heimwehr, Danzig down to here as well in this area. Well, yeah, let's put it down on the border with the Soviets. Politsai Division. We also put it down here somewhere. We don't need this division way out here in the east. We'll move them to the west. Semi-motorized division might be nice to have. Okay, you come down to something like that. And you come down to there. Monsoons break. Okay, whatever. Okay, we're going to go over to full occupation for Poland. That, I would say, is rather historical. Or more, but at least full occupation. We should get more out of it in resources. Okay. What do we do? Okay. Yes. This is because we can now further expand our synthetic industry. We lost a bunch of industry up in Stettin before. So we'll get more metal, which we could use some more metal, so you can see readily. We'll get more energy, which we don't really need. And rare materials, which we definitely could use. Right, okay, that's good. Now here, Demetrius, choose revolt risk down. I think we'll continue to do this because even though we are facing an army, let's see, this is the, I think we're doing the best there. Okay, well, at least we got better popularity than we had. Did we, I think. Yes, okay. We are already in the east, that's good. And you're in central Germany, which isn't quite as good. Quite as useful. So we've taken a big hit to our submarine, so we can use some more submarines, but we got some coming, all right. Well, no, not 6 of them, 2 of them. Oh, place to click. And we could use more officers. So, we're doing in essence a massive officer training program. We are Lusenheimer, Danzig, become part of the Totenkopf division. There we go. And I hate that image. Passion. We're down here. Okay. Yeah, it's, I think, going to get re-upgraded another time, but not just yet. Okay, yes, we'll take a commerce raider. Okay, we are bleeding money, and let's see if we can buy steel from the Soviet Union, which does seem a little odd. They're not going to let us buy steel. We buy rare materials? No. Huh? Soviet Union's like us. We're allies. What's wrong there? I don't think we need these guys patrolling anymore, so you go back to port. I think think at this point they're just burning fuel. Okay, well, let's move you over to here. Convoy rating, passive. You're doing well way out in the middle of nowhere. Dear war. Okay, have been bombed here. It's part of why we're bleeding so much. I know. Maybe not all. It looks like they've been coming around the north and into here. Okay, we should have. Let's get out of this. One group that isn't doing anything there because when we put them up, they didn't have any organization. There we go. So I want the British to fly in and then just get slaughtered. That's what I want to have happen. US is buying tungsten from Sweden. Okay. We can invite to our faction. Now, when did Italy join the Axis? When they signed the tripartite pact? When they signed the Pact of Steel much earlier, what, 38, I think? Or was it 37? Invite to faction. There we go. Very likely. Very good. When they joined the Anti-Comintern Pact, that's why I have them come in rather early. Pause. Okay. It's the Netherlands. Why are they buying? No, Sweden has decided to buy from that aluminum from the Netherlands. Why? Okay, airborne and assault tactics have advanced. Let's. It's under air, I think. Yes. Okay. Yeah, we'll let that continue. That could be critical. Okay, we now have aluminum because of, I guess, here, aluminum. So air build speed will go up considerably, 5.5%. And we are now captain of industry because, why, I'm not exactly sure. Did we have their aluminum or did they have something else? That is, maybe, I don't know. Well, that's a lot of money. That will help us out a lot with money. Oh, wow, captain of industry. That will help a lot. And efficiency of production. I don't know. Maybe that is what. Some of these are because it's the coding here. I'm not saying the coding is bad, wrong, or not the right way to do it. It's just automotive industry, which we had because of the Volkswagen plant, basically. Don't know, where is it in here? thought it would be one of these. I don't know. Okay. Let's go back to this. People like this. What do you guys think? I should get more transports, I bet. That's what you were thinking, more transports. Well, I'm thinking more transports at least. If we do get to the Soviet invasion, it will definitely help us. No, okay. Oh, good. Oh, good. Okay. There we go. Oh, no, they have it. Because yeah, they're fast. That's what I wanted them to be, as fast. The other one, I was wanting to stick it on this conf group here. So, that should get a lot faster. There was another one that was for this one. Maybe that was... It was for this one here. Okay, that's maybe where the first one should have gone. Because I want this to be fast too. That's 8. I want it to be even faster. Okay, yeah, we're going to just split this up. Okay. Nickel. Kempf. The conf group Kempf. I guess he'll stay in command of that. Okay. Alright, we're going to move this over here. Now this conf group hopefully will be, well, maybe it needs to get that organized up more. We're going to move the Fascist Legion over here somewhere. It might be right here. Okay, there we go. See, there we go. That's, see, it's 5 there. We're now at 8.1. That's what I want. Fast, fast, fast. We got, if we didn't have the elite light infantry, it would go a bit quicker, I do believe, but still that will help her be a neat little unit. Okay, what just came online? Oh, Panzer Division and a heavy air transport. Okay, heavy air transport. Let's find a heavy air transport unit to put it with. There we go. Another Panzer Division here. Who did it pick? Foster. God, Luftwaffe commander. I don't know why they thought. I guess. Okay, well, we have some flying boats and here and airplanes or seaplanes. Okay, Ritter fleet destroyer. So you got that one right. It got that one right. Where is Flieger Course C? And there we go. See, it got that one right. The AI did it right. See, if the AI had been doing that for most units, putting the right type of person in command in most places. Yeah, I think people would have warmed up to it much more. We're gonna wait to get these guys organized and then they can help out. Okay, 135. Do we have a 135? I think that's what it was. There he is. Now let's just find an airfield. Okay, they can have it. Okay, not a bad choice, but we'll go with this guy. And find Fleer Core Fighter. And Golf Blitz. Yeah, no, not Fleet Destroyer. I mean, not the worst choice in the world, but medium bombers, they function as our heavy bombers, or our heaviest bombers. So we'll put Carpet Bomber in charge of it. I guess we'll do this. Reorganize here. Show back up over here. Yeah. Okay. We got a lot of ICs to play with at the moment. Not going to expand the steels or rares more than this for the moment. Let's get these done, completed, see what's going on at that point. Lost a few escorts. Okay, let's go for some twin engine fighters because they have fairly good range. And yes, more. I'm just trying to picture like basing some of these around here to cover this area. Oh, you got sent back here because we were going to bring you home. We didn't want you coming right through there, so you can come back to Hamburg. Rebase to there. Good. Looks like you'll survive. They're not playing around too much more now that we no longer have operational units there. Okay, so that's going to be a lot of various air units. Okay, we could use some more garrison types. Okay, but very little piercing. Anti-tank is 1 IC or 1.1, yeah, but 1.0. We do that, how much piercing? 6. But it helps with anti-air. Yeah, I don't know without TRE what it's going to be like garrisoning Norway and various places, so right, that'll, oh, we might as well go for 2 more. Okay, that will definitely help. Now, yeah, just some more infantry divisions would be useful. Yeah. Let's just go with regular artillery. Okay, we have a mixed support for piercing of 12, add in anti-tank 27. Yeah, that's good. We'll use some of those divisional HQs that are giving us, I think it's like 10 or so. We got 4 here and 4 here to use that. There we go. Okay, so the French are bombing us, even including a transport plane. I'm not worried about this so long as it's not red and constantly going down. As long as it's, so long as its national unity is over 90%, preferably 100, of course, and closer to that, better. But so long as it isn't like being dragged down, because we can see here our spies are increasing it, their spies are lowering it. Low popularity, if we can get that up, that would be good. And fractured government, which, yeah, I don't know if we're going to worry about that, but and getting rid of the submarine losses really helped us out. Okay, fighter ground crew training to that level and gives us there. Okay. These would all be good. Doing assault guns, battlefield modified armor, fuel consumption up, but toughness and defense is up. Okay, we will do that for our armor. Let's make our armor very useful. How are we doing out here? Okay. Core is 8. Core is 3, so we might want to do trade offer from Turkey. We would give them energy for money, certainly. We really didn't need to mobilize. We're not planning on using you anytime soon in combat. Just an attack. Yeah, let's go for that one. how are we doing for revolt risk out here? Okay, well, some of our units are not really in place. We're in place well, maybe. They're just still moving, okay. Guess we can move some of these garrison forces out to stare at the Soviets. Detach, we'll attach you. All organize up. We've got out here right now Ober Commando West, or I'm really thinking of this as OKW here, that we have Yodel in charge. He's a logistics wizard, so that's keeping our supply use down. We got Heer's Group C, which started out being commanding the West front during the invasion of Poland, which it sort of has been, but becomes relegated to, in essence, watching the French frontier and eventually pushing through it. Historically, Army Group B up here, sort of going to command the north, and sort of Netherlands, Belgium units under von Bock. And von Rundstedt, Army Group A, is going to be the main thrust with our Panzer divisions once we get these things a bit better organized up. Okay, yeah, well, let's do this now. That would be Army Group A. Some of these guys have not yet really been set up. I don't know. 4th Army here. We'll detach him for the moment. Lists, that's the one we just attached. I thought I had another one that was sort of something of a concentration of Panzer division. Maybe this is what I'm thinking of. I don't know. Yeah, I know I've clicked list several times now. You just didn't get moved. You're von Klug up there. Oh, you should be in the west. We'll worry about that later. Gotta wait for springtime. Engine pilot training advance. Very nice. That reduces max speed. So does that. For some reason, that for some of these units increases max speed. Not that we're not going to do them, we will. But I'm just looking around. Oh, there's, yeah, we want to do these. Casualty attrition, so we'll first get attrition going down. That will help with the manpower over long term, of course. Less attrition. Going to be less painful on our manpower. Propaganda broadcasts. Everybody calling, I guess we will do this. Lord Haha. William Joyce is who Lord Haha was, or the main person who was Lord Haha. I know too much about this, don't I? Do you have anybody under fighter command that would be ready to operate that is not currently? Yeah, these guys. That's good enough. That's a good scene. They come in there, shoot them all down. Yeah, see, now we're looking at our blueprints are still on. Oh, goody. Some combats, but no bombings. Like, they're not getting to the target, it looks like. Spain. You want to buy? Okay, submarine, fine. If you ever come in on our side, yeah, having a submarine, another submarine would be useful, probably. Okay, these guys are, some of them are coming sooner than others. I guess we don't need to make a decision yet of what next to build. Choose puppet industrial focus. Okay. What do we want? We'll get metal event, rare materials. Well, I think we'll go with metal for Slovakia. Don't know how much that will help us out, but don't know if it, I just don't know enough about that. Whether it boosts these or temporarily. This is, yeah, barely night. Well, so far it looks like you're doing fairly good against the French there. Okay, guys. Stop attacking here. You guys stop attacking here. Go home and get. Blizzards? As in Blizzard Entertainment? Okay. Or an event or feature card. Okay, good. Vienna. Another keep the nasty partisans down division. This area has particular Volrust looking, so is there any industry there? No, but there is nearage by. We'll send you here. That way we can move you guys. Oh, we can move you west. That's where the big show's going to be. No one wants to miss the big show now, do they? Money for supplies, okay. Buying zinc from Canada. Yeah, that wouldn't have happened. Okay, the Moklik has been annexed. So that is basically China done. I don't think are these guys at war with anybody? No. They're sort of controlled by the Soviets. What does Romania want? Romania submarine. Okay. What do you want? I know Bulgaria. What did you got? 1, 2. So now you want to have one. Spain made a lot more sense. They've got overseas colonies, maybe not terribly major ones, but they have them. It's going to become part of. Okay, so this now, yeah, this I like this sort of solution for Japan once they get here. So this way, Japan will garrison here, but they'll get most of the industry and a lot of the resources. They will have to occupy it. I don't know what their revolt risk is, but yeah, that's probably best for them. And keep the collaboration with government as sort of internal controls. Yeah, that's sort of what I was looking for. Okay, so yeah, pretty big interior area. And yes, this isn't historical. I know it. We all know it. I'm entirely with the developers in agreeing with their choice in having it set up this way. That is likely to happen. I know people like Klaus and others want to have. They want to make their own decisions, but want to have things unfold and be historical. You can't win. Japan's thinking is, we're in a war. We can't win it. So what are we going to do? Start another war with an even more powerful nation. Because I'm sure they thought America and Britain, even though Britain was fighting Germany, was both of those nations, and definitely combined were more powerful than China. Yeah, I know they thought they were going to sink the fleet and then get a peace conference and whatnot. Now, admittedly, the main element that they were going to use for their second war was not being terribly useful in the China War. There was very little need for blockading duty after a while. Fairly early, but very few surface naval engagements. Japan clearly wins, so the Navy's not really doing much. Now the Naval Air Force, which there's an Army Air Force and there's a Naval Air Force in Japan. You can say the same in the United States, though it's different. The Air Force in the United States is not quite an independent thing, where the Royal Air Force, the RAF, is. I don't know. I presume the Soviet Air Force is, and obviously the Luftwaffe is, and I presume just don't know enough about France to know if they were an independent force. The Army Air Corps, notice it does have the Army Air Corps, really is sort of its own branch within the United States Army. it was possible to individuals could transfer between them, but it wasn't common. It just wasn't common. So, it's really the Air Force, the Army Air Corps, that, I forget when it converts over to being its independent and go, powder blue instead of army green. But Japan's really is more of a its Army Air Force is really tied to the Army, and the Naval Air Force, the way it's different than saying Britain does have naval planes, on carriers. I don't know Coastal Command. I think Coastal Command is part of the RAF, and I think, people, I don't know everything about World War II. I think all those flying boats are part of the RAF and not part of the RN, the Royal Navy. Now, most of the flying boats are the amphibious airplanes for the American Navy, or, the Americans are part of the American Navy. And, like there's the B-25 bomber, that, yes, the United States Navy does have a version of it, a patrol plane that's for sea attack. And they do have land-based aircraft like that. They, that are bombers. They really do. But Japan, so much more in a percentage, has a naval air force that is not carrier base, that is not particularly, designed as ship attack. They just, a lot of, bunch of fighter aircraft that aren't suitable for going on carriers and things like that. So they have more of that. And so it's sort of a Army with an Air Force and a Navy with an Air Force. And yeah, they don't really meet up much. And so, yeah, it's similar in the U.S., I could say, but it sort of is and it sort of isn't. But now the Naval Air Arm had been operating over, mainland China and going after the Chinese Air Force, and the naval bombers were going after, land-based targets. It wasn't like, oh, we're not going to help you out or whatever. They wanted to get in and operate, to get training and experience. But largely the main elements, the carriers, the battleships, the destroyers, the submarines, weren't doing much. And so, they thought they would go after, win a naval war and get a peace treaty that would secure them the resources that they were being choked with, particularly things like steel, rubber, and oil being probably the most critical. Steel, I think they could have continued on without getting access to the U.S. or other major steel sources. Rubber, I'm not sure. I'm just not sure one way or another how much they could have readily continued on. I think the oil would have been a choke point at some point. So, yes, they start another war to be able to prosecute their current war, which just makes things worse. Now, in these game terms, the AI can't go. It can't. We don't have the ability to program it or whatever to go, oh yeah, keep 2/3 of your ground forces just sort of holding the important areas of China and pushing where opportunity is in other areas, in China, and then use the other third of your ground forces, to go fight the British, fight the Australians, fight the Americans. Oh, and shift a lot of your production over to needs of the Navy. Yes, we can force in as events to either do something like that and spam out submarines and carriers and destroyers. We can do these kind of things, and this actually is a much better way than what the old way of putting it into their production queue, because if you put it in their production queue, it just chokes their production queue up, and because they've already put in, oh, we need more ground units. We need more ground units. And so then you put more of this stuff in. Now, I don't know with their new sort of system where you put in a false ship in the production queue, have that go through and come out, get deployed, and then see that it's deployed, and then remove it and put in the proper ship. There's various reasons for that. But the main reason they're doing, putting it in the production and then pulling it out, because there's fewer events for it, and it's, compared to so many divisions, just it's a much fewer times they need to deal with it, and it's more for the big capital ships. Is so that you do build up the practicals, so that for the player chooses, or the AI chooses, what to put in the production queue. So yeah, it really needs to get Japan to have a fighting chance against even the AI America. They need to have China dealt with. Well, on that note, I think we're going to end this here. I want to thank you all so much to get this far into it. Please say hi or some other nice words of encouragement. See you next time for even more Hearts of Iron.